Hello, nerds! You are about to jump into the TV streaming portion of the most recent episode of The Week in Nerddom, as brought to you by me, Mr. Generally Nerdy himself. If you want to find the entire episode, then that episode exists in the top link in the description, unless you're not on YouTube, in which case youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. Patreon.com/generallynerdy is the paywall, and generallynerdy.net, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's just get to the news, shall we? All right, so TV streaming, we have a couple of follow-ups, both of them being Star Wars related. First up, we are talking Andor. Andor has been made known, has finished principal photography. So we are that much closer to seeing Andor grace our screens. I did not see the official release date for it, though I'm pretty sure we've covered that before. It's not in the notes. I apologize. I take amazing notes, but we're moving on. Our other follow-up for this episode actually happened, was announced anyway, as I was literally walking to sit down and film and record just now. Thankfully, I was looking for one last piece to add to notes for the movie section, and I bumped into this by accident, but Book of Boba Fett finally has a release date. That release date is December 29th. We will get to see what they're adding to this amazing side of the universe with this series by the end of this year. It's very close to the beginning of next year, but not quite. So, presumably it will be episode a week, much like The Mandalorian was. So that's what we're anticipating, and we're moving on. Next, we're talking trailers, and we have a plethora. So first up, we have a new Stranger Things trailer. Sweet! If you have not watched this, oh boy, you need to finish dealing with me here right now for this episode, and then definitely go watch this immediately afterwards. Stranger Things Season 4, this is the Creel House. I didn't put in the notes because I'm, again, amazing at the note-taking. But yeah, Creel House is the name of the teaser. This shows us the early connection to Robert Englund's character, as he has that same last name in this series, so very interested to see how exactly it connects, if he is in fact the father figure that we see in this trailer at the beginning, just the older version of that character, or what have you. I still don't know, and hopefully you might. If you do, let's have that conversation, comments, social medias, whatever. Definitely go watch it, because it's a lot of fun and it's definitely worth the watch, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a little bit more of a dark, like legitimately atmospherically dark season of Stranger Things, but we're moving right along. Next, we have another trailer for Cobra Kai, as well as the official announcement of a release date. December 31st will be Cobra Kai's Season 4. And again, presumably not the final season for that series, so that's pretty awesome. We have another trailer next. We're talking... Next on the trailers list is the new Sandman trailer. Sandman is a bit of a doozy. I'm actually honestly a little bit more intrigued now that we have this trailer, whereas I was a little hesitant before, being as I haven't really read the comics. I mean, I've read parts and pieces, but I've never read the entire story all the way through. So I'm very intrigued, though. It's a very divisive series, so it is what it is, I suppose. It's worth a watch, though. If nothing else, this trailer definitely sets up your interests. So go check that out. But also, our final trailer has to do with Cowboy Bebop, the live action. It's not technically a trailer either. The live action Netflix series. Yes, a lot of Netflix. We got the Tudum event over the weekend, so lots of Netflix. The Cowboy Bebop opening credit scene is what they've released, and it feels very familiar. Also showing us some of the new. Slightly feel a little more reassured that the feeling is at least going to be there, though some of the tones are obviously, we already know, are just going to be lost in translation from the animation to the live action because of reasons. But this one is actually more divisive, or more bringing people together in ways that were unexpected because of the way they're dealing with a certain character, and like the different sides of the ideological spectrum are agreeing that that's kind of problematic, but for different reasons. We'll get into that maybe on a later date, or we'll just completely leave it alone because it's not the kind of news we necessarily cover on the channel. It is what it is. It's definitely worth a watch, though. This kind of eases a little bit of my worry. Let's put it that way, because I do love Cowboy Bebop, but I also think John Cho's a pretty good actor, so we'll see what happens. That is all we have for trailers. Let's move now into the actual news for this section. First up, we're talking about a DC documentary series on HBO Max. There's going to be a 3-part documentary series about the cultural impact of DC's nearly 90 years in existence over on HBO Max. It's going to be released later this year, I believe. I did not find a proper release date for it, though. It will be written, directed, and produced by Leslie Iwerks. She is an Academy Award and Emmy nominated producer, director, writer. And I'm only assuming it's a she because I didn't go to the Wikipedia page to verify the gender or sex or whatever vocabulary you're choosing to use for the description of a person's ugly dangly bits. So yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I'm definitely on board to learn something new about the history of comic books. That's always right up my alley, not gonna lie. Probably going to watch it multiple times. But that is what we've got on that one. And then our final piece of news for TV streaming has to do with Babylon 5. CW is rebooting Babylon 5 from the ground up. It is going to be a complete reimagining of the series, though it's not going to be the abomination it might sound like, hopefully, because the original creator, J. Michael Straczynski, is on board as not only a producer, but he'll be in the writer's room as well. Don't know if he'll be a lead writer, probably because he created the thing, but you never know really with these kind of things. That's all we really know right now. No release date, no time frame, no nothing. It's early production. Just a pretty interesting thing for that other Star Trek clone. But that is all we have for TV streaming. And that was your TV streaming for this episode. There is, again, a much longer version of this where we do all of the sections all in one. You can find that by following the link in the description. Or if you're not on YouTube, then go check out generallynerdy.net, youtube.com/generallynerdy, or patreon.com/generallynerdy. Or if you're on the social medias, you can find the Nerdy Ninja associated with the name Generally Nerdy, and that's where I'll be. So again, thank you very much, nerds. We're going to go now. But before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.